Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. A massive revitalization project is underway along Seaboard Avenue in Venice.
While the city says no businesses will be forced to relocate, many owners are not convinced. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley tells us their concerns.
Kent Drobish has occupied this building since 1973. It's his, but it's falling apart.
Well, I wouldn't mind putting a new front on that building here because half of it got torn off in the hurricane.
Drobish and his son build handicap-accessible golf carts. Business is good, but not good enough to do major building work.
We've got plans to do that, but it's just capital expenditure, but we can't afford to do it right at the moment.
For years, the city of Venice and Sarasota County have looked into revitalizing the area. Now they're looking at offering tax incentives for businesses to move or remodel.
There could be apartments, there could be restaurants. Some of the buildings that are here would remain, maybe put a facade on them with the Northern Mediterranean look.
The Economic Advisory Board for Venice has been tasked with exploring the tax incentives and possibly creating a CRA, a community redevelopment agency.
There's tremendous potential in this area for make a lot more out of it and give all the residents of Venice and surrounding areas an opportunity to come here and really enjoy more of it.
But there is a worry that this is the first step in a takeover, forcing businesses off of Seaboard.
I would never kick a business out. This would be something that a business would want. Hey, look, I'd like to move to a different area, and that's where the incremental tax financing could help.
And that's good, because Drobish says he's only leaving one way.
I'm 75 years old, and I don't plan on leaving here until they put me in a box and take me away.
The Economic Board will be meeting shortly. They'll first look over all the plans for that area from the past and then work on the plans for the future.
The biggest concern about a new elementary school in Parrish, safety. During a Manatee County Commission meeting today, both parents and the board asking several questions about the elementary school's layout. 20 acres is located on Moccasin Wallow Road and 115th Avenue East. The board says it would like the Manatee County School District to work closely with the sheriff to ensure the campus is safe. For now, the district says it hasn't met with the sheriff yet, but does have its own internal security team.
It's about as safe as we can make it. And there will be gates on site. I mean, but that's more for traffic control than anything else. We don't want to make this look like a prison. That's what I was referring to earlier. I don't want to build a solid wall along Moccasin Wallow Road.
Parents also voiced concerns about traffic in the area. The district says there's a great need for a new school in Parrish, mainly because there are 9,200 approved housing units within a 2-mile radius. Tonight, Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies are investigating a bank robbery. It happened at the Wells Fargo Bank branch on Bee Ridge Road about 10:30 this morning. Bank employees say the suspect passed a note to a teller demanding cash and then ran off towards Doctor's Hospital. Witnesses say he's white, about 5'8", with dirty brown hair and a tattoo of a teardrop under his left eye. He was last seen wearing an olive green t-shirt and a gray hat with red trim.
In our first alert traffic tonight, lanes are back open now after a semi-truck tipped over on I-75 earlier today. Traffic was backed up near the northbound ramps from University Parkway. Crews responded to the scene just before 10:30 this morning. No word yet if anyone was injured. And checking traffic right now in that area, we are seeing a crash in the westbound lanes of University Parkway right in front of the I-75 exit ramp. It is causing backups on University as well as the interstate.
And Pine Brook Road in Venice is back open to traffic after a water main break shut it down earlier this week. The pipe broke while contractors were doing routine work there, and the boil water advisory for that area has also been lifted.
A brush fire closes several roads in Punta Gorda this afternoon. It was first spotted around 1 p.m. and forced the closure of Pasadena Drive, Morningside Drive, and St. Ives Drive. The 12-acre fire is mostly contained as crews from across Charlotte County and the Florida Forest Service took it on. At one point, 5 homes were threatened, but none were damaged. A helicopter was also used to fight the fire. No word yet on what caused it to spark, and at last check, it was 95% contained.
Yeah, another dry day here on the Sun Coast. Except more on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, Charlotte County right now, extreme fire hazard as far as the current conditions go. And we're looking at high pressure dominating our weather, lots of sunshine today. And that's the way it's been all week long. This area of low pressure now is going to be heading our way. There is a surface reflection down near Cuba. It is moving in our general direction, and there's an upper level low too. We don't expect this to develop into any significant tropical storm or anything like that, but it will bring a lot more moisture our way and will change things up for the weekend. On top of that, this front is going to be moving in our direction, and not much of a cold front, but it will be close enough to us that the two will merge right over the state, and that brings our rain chances up a little bit higher. Again, you can see the rotation and spin. This is the upper level of the atmosphere. You can see this is, again, the low pressure in the upper level of the atmosphere, but there is a surface reflection as well near Cuba. It is all heading off to the west-northwest right toward Florida, and that means we've been dry for the last few days, but it looks like things may change a little bit on the weekend. This is the forecast model taking you through time. You can see that spin and rotation right into the southeast coast on Saturday, and we'll get some of those, again, showers periodically throughout the afternoon and evening, and then again on Sunday. And the front will come down too, and they'll kind of merge right over the top of us on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be a washout, but we'll have the details on it coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, we'll talk to you then, Bob. Thanks. With hurricane season quickly approaching, today Florida Power and Light is getting its crews prepared with its annual storm drill. During the drill, employees simulate response to a Category 3 hurricane. Crews also coordinating its response for the 2018 storm season while introducing new technologies. The drill coincides with the state of Florida's hurricane exercise, HUREX, which includes the Florida Department of Emergency Management, key emergency operations centers, the governor's office, National Guard, and other energy companies across the state.
ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joined us now, and he has his favorite prop. And Richard, earlier today, I thought that's the last thing I would have seen today.
Yeah. Scott, you're absolutely right. And, you know, it's the second moral victory this week. And the truth of the matter is I'm actually cheating a little bit because barely did we finish higher in one index. But Scott had it absolutely right. The Dow Jones Industrial Average at 11 o'clock this morning was down by 393 points. And guess why? I have no idea. And it rallied by more than that, 398 points for the same reason. No idea. Buyers, sellers everywhere. The market continues to do whatever it wants to do. The first time this week the Dow has finished higher. And quite frankly, barring a big day tomorrow, we're going to finish the week lower for the second week in a row. That said, let's take a look. Indeed, a moral victory. There it is. That is an up arrow. I'm looking at it up 5 points, 0.02%. 23,930.15, that on volume of 686 million shares. Down arrows for the rest of it, but not much. There you see the Dow, or the NASDAQ, I'm sorry, down by 13 points, not quite 0.2% at 7,088.15. That on volume of 1,841 million shares. And the biggest loss of the day was the S&P, and that was less than 0.25%, not even 6 points, at 2,629.73. Well, it was a very tough day for Tesla, down 5.5%, and for reasons you won't believe. Believe it or not, they had a meeting with analysts, and one Elon Musk, frankly, lost his cool. He didn't like the questions that were being asked of him, and he said, and I quote, "I don't answer boring, bonehead questions." Well, need I say, people on Wall Street were not exactly thrilled with that news. One analyst said he's been doing this for 20 years, and it was the most amazing conference he had ever attended. Well, regardless of what you thought of it, obviously the analyst didn't think much, and the stock, as I say, dropped 5.5% today. And that, my friends, is a very big one-day drop for a company that has been struggling on lots of different fronts, and now they've got even one more front to worry about. Elon Musk better learn to keep his mouth shut, or he's going to have problems, I'm afraid.
Well, some late news for us on Twitter.
Yes, very late news, and that is they just came out and said they were having major problems with inscription of their passwords, and they're telling all, I would say all, of their holders to change their Twitter password. So
I just did that a few minutes ago.
There
right
you
before
go.
the show.
You're on top of it.
Well, thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, new information about those who lost their lives in a military plane crash yesterday.
And it's been sunny all week, but a new storm might affect your weekend plans. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with more. Plus, some shocking new research about air pollution and how it's affecting your health.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Sun Coast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com.
The ABC7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
New details tonight in a military plane crash investigation. The names and number of people on board the plane are now being released. Steve Nannis tells us more about that tragic accident and those who lost their lives.
It happened moments after takeoff.
It was like a big explosion. It shook me up, shook my car.
Now officials are working hard to figure out what caused a Puerto Rico Air National Guard WC-130 cargo plane to nosedive into a Georgia highway Wednesday.
An investigation is currently in progress to determine the cause of this tragic event and ways to prevent such occurrences from happening in the future.
All 9 crew members on board were killed, all from Puerto Rico, and most with decades of service.
We have confirmed that 9 airmen from the Puerto Rico Air National Guard were aboard the aircraft and have deceased.
The governor of Puerto Rico has declared a state of mourning following Wednesday's incident. 9 days, 1 day for each of the crew members lost in the crash. All this as investigators comb through the debris to search for clues into what happened, an area that is the size of about 6 football fields. And they admit it will take time.
It's extremely important for us to fully understand what has happened. Any speculation at this point without having all of the details could affect the outcome of the investigation.
And while investigators do their work, Highway 21 will remain closed indefinitely. I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
That C-130 is used still around the world, obviously,
Right.
and by the National Hurricane Center.
Yeah, they've been around the workhorse of the military, obviously. They have 4 engines on them. They are prop and jet, and I know I flew on one into Hurricane Bertha back in 1996 out in the Atlantic, and we did lose an engine. In fact, we made an emergency landing, but that was protocol when you lose an engine. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens with that unfortunate accident there. We are looking at the weather for us changing. Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota Bay. Again, this is Lakewood Ranch, not Sarasota Bay, but Lakewood Ranch webcam showing some fair weather cumulus clouds, some low-topped cumulus clouds, and no moisture to deal with really in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So we're not seeing anything build right now, and we may see something build over the weekend. There's a chance of getting some storms around here. I don't think severe, but there's an isolated chance we could see one or two pop up that could turn severe at this point. There's not a lot of twist in the atmosphere at this point, but as we get closer to that area of low pressure, there certainly could be. So this is, again, for Saturday in the afternoon. Mainly, you can see the southern half of the peninsula basically in that thunderstorm risk. As I mentioned, it doesn't appear that we'll see anything too severe. No tornado area, no tornado watch area for us as far as that goes. Sustained winds. Well, they've been out of the east all day long, but notice these here, Anna Maria, out of the northwest right now, trying to get a little sea breeze developing. It's really pinned right near the coast, and if we see anything tonight, we may see a lone shower popping up here right along the immediate coast. Again, it's trying at Manasota Beach, but it's unable to turn around and head inland because that east wind now anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour continues to move across the state. Well, the forecast winds for tomorrow will stay out of the east, and that means another warm day. We'll have highs to the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, inland areas near the coast into the mid 80s there. And it looks as though those winds will eventually veer around, try to anyway, back toward the northwest in the afternoon along the coastline. But for the most part, there it is picking up a little bit too in the evening on Friday. We are going to see a little bit of a change. I mentioned that earlier in the top of the newscast with our weather over the weekend. It's been dry. Look at all this dry air just kind of funneling down right across our state. And that's going to eventually get out of here by Saturday morning. I'll see our atmosphere moisten up a bit. And with that atmosphere moistening up, we'll have a chance for some showers and some much needed rainfall here along west central Florida. The rain now down to our south near the Keys and also near Miami and also over the northern Bahamas. That's only going to intensify on Friday and on into Saturday and Sunday as this low pressure moves in. It's basically a Tut low, which is a tropical upper atmospheric trough, so that's going to be moving on through. Frontal boundary now moving through the southern plain states now and into Arkansas and Missouri will cause some big storms there. Currently, we are looking at 89 and the relative humidity low 35%. Winds are out of the east-northeast at 9. This is a high fire danger with the winds around 10 miles an hour and a low humidity and lots of sunshine, no rain in sight. So it's going to be staying high there as far as the high fire danger goes again on Friday. Highs tomorrow will warm up to near 90 degrees. We'll have partly cloudy skies. We'll start off a little bit warmer each morning as well. Now, as far as the satellite and radar imagery goes, another round of heavy weather expected over the plain states through this evening. That frontal boundary slowly moving our direction. It will come close and turn into a trough of low pressure. Looks like over the weekend. Here's the forecast model showing the showers and thunderstorms rotating toward the Bahamas on Friday, and then eventually another model takes over here, and we'll see that area of low pressure kind of moving right into South Florida. This is Saturday in the afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms are going to be scattered about. As I said, it's not going to be a washout, but we will see some. And then Sunday, that front comes down and creates just enough instability in the atmosphere to produce some more scattered storms on Sunday. That rain chance elevated at 50%. For Friday, though, for boaters, looks good. Moderate chop out there. Seas running right around 2 feet. We'll have an east wind that changes around to the north at 5 to 10 knots throughout the midday and then picks up to 15 knots in the afternoon. And it looks as though the 7-day forecast shapes up like this. No rain tomorrow and the low temperature into the upper 60s. Then we start to get a better chance for showers and storms on Saturday at 50%, mainly afternoon and evening. And then again on Sunday, some scattered showers around that trough lingering. We'll keep a 30% chance for some rain on Monday. Temperatures into the mid 80s right on in through the rest of the work week next week. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Bob. In health news tonight, if you're one of those people who smoke just a few cigarettes a week, a new study shows you're not escaping the health risks of tobacco. The study shows that people who consistently smoked an average of less than 1 cigarette a day over their lifetimes had a 64% higher risk of earlier death. Those who smoked 1 to 10 cigarettes a day had an 87% greater risk. Many people believe that smoking occasionally is fairly safe, but researchers say this study shows there is no safe level of smoking. Air pollution isn't just bad for the environment, it could also be killing you. That's according to a new report by the World Health Organization, which says fine particles in the air lead to early death in about 7 million people each year. Most of the pollution-related deaths are occurring in low and middle income countries in Asia and Africa. The study, which is based off of 2016 data, notes that Europe and the Americas are actually starting to see declines in air pollution due to a reduction of emissions. Well, do you sometimes fast for religious reasons or perhaps for a lifestyle choice? If so, you may wonder what impact fasting has on your health. One cardiologist sees many advantages in fasting from food for short periods. Research shows that fasting can help lower blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, control diabetes, and reduce weight. So if you are thinking about fasting, should you know before you begin? Well, first, there are different methods. Some people fast for 8 hours, 24 hours, or even longer. Others cut back on calories for a certain number of days each week or month. Also, meal planning is very essential. Healthy foods to eat before a fast include peanut butter, low-fat yogurt, and fruits and vegetables. And afterward, make sure you break your fast slowly. Coming up, dramatic video of an attempted boat salvage in California and the mystery behind this dangling car found by police in Canada. Those stories and much more straight ahead.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
I can't believe they charged me this much. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Go to CashNetUSA.com now. If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as tomorrow.
Thanks. Who are you?
I'm CashNetUSA.com. Man.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to CaliforniaClosets.com.
A salvage operation in California that was meant to be straightforward suddenly takes a turn for the worse.
Yeah, watch as a giant wave knocks salvage workers right off the boat. Two of the workers grabbing each other's hands for safety. Moments later, that boat would sink. This was the second failed attempt to salvage the boat after first responders rescued 4 people from it this past weekend. One of the co-captains says they were sailing for 11 hours when they ran out of diesel on their way to San Diego. Fortunately, the salvage workers had just some bruises, but no major injuries.
Take a look at this new surveillance video from a traffic camera showing the moment a small airplane crashed in Scottsdale, Arizona. The plane can be seen traveling across the frame before its wings appear to go vertical and then it disappears. Seconds later, a flash of light appears over the horizon, followed by a ball of flames. 6 people were killed in that crash.
Well, a shocking scene in Detroit this morning after a parking garage partially collapsed.
Police say 8 cars fell through the top deck of the garage and another vehicle was left hanging over the edge. There were no injuries, but police brought in heavy equipment to pull those vehicles out.
And a bizarre mystery out of Canada where a car was discovered hanging by a cable from a Toronto bridge Wednesday morning. Police, firefighters, paramedics were called in only to find it gutted with no engine, no license plate, and no one in it. Police don't know how it got there. At first, police thought maybe it was part of a movie shoot, but none were scheduled. One theory is that it was part of a prank by university students.
Well, a driver in Texas captures this unusual sight on her morning commute yesterday. A kangaroo hopping along a roadway in Sweeney, Texas. After the video was shown on the news there, a family near Austin contacted the station saying their kangaroo named Izzy went missing last November. Though it was more than 200 miles away, they hope this is their kangaroo and they can capture it and bring her home. Who knew?
Wow, 200 miles. I wonder if it hopped that whole way.
I know.
Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News, an update on the deadly romaine lettuce E. coli outbreak after the first death is reported in California.
And Florida drivers hoping the state Supreme Court will toss out their red light camera tickets. Won't be getting their fines returned. We'll have details straight ahead.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to californiaclosets.com.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and special guests on Suncoast View for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's at FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
First words out of her mouth were, "I remember you," which, wow.
One of ABC 7's own was adopted at an early age. We follow him on his journey to find his family, connecting the dots. Tonight at 6.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to a premium finish. Schedule your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or go to californiaclosets.com.